The notification lights up her phone screen at 2 a.m. It's him again, Brad Pitt. Her Brad Pitt. The man who's been writing to her for months, sharing intimate thoughts, promising a future together. She reads his latest message about needing urgent medical treatment, and without hesitation, she opens her banking app. Another transfer, another step closer to their life together. But the man on the other end isn't Hollywood royalty. He's a scammer using artificial intelligence to create the perfect lie. This is the shocking true story of how advanced AI technology turned romance into the perfect crime, and why every single one of us could be the next target. If stories like this fascinate you, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more incredible true crime stories that expose the dark side of our digital world. It's 2024, and in the quiet suburbs of France, 53-year-old Anne sits alone in her home office. An accomplished interior designer with decades of experience, she's built a comfortable life through hard work. But something's missing. Her marriage has grown cold, routine conversations replacing the passion that once filled her days. That's when the friend request arrives. Brad Pitt himself, reaching out to her personally. The profile looks authentic. Thousands of followers, verified check marks, professional photos from movie sets. She hesitates for a moment, then accepts. What harm could it do? The first message is simple. "Hi Anne, I noticed your interior design work. It's beautiful." She's flattered. A Hollywood A-lister noticed her work, but the conversation doesn't end there. Day by day, message by message, the connection deepens. He shares behind-the-scenes stories from movie sets, talks about his struggles with fame, his desire for normalcy. She finds herself eagerly checking her phone, waiting for his next message. The conversations feel real, authentic, intimate. What Anne doesn't know is that she's not talking to Brad Pitt at all. Behind the screen, sophisticated criminals are orchestrating one of the most elaborate romance scams ever documented. They're using cutting-edge DeepFake technology to create convincing images and videos of the Hollywood star, custom-tailored for their victim. The scammers have studied Anne's social media profiles, learning about her interests, her vulnerabilities, her dreams. They know she's an interior designer, that her marriage is struggling. Every message is crafted to exploit these insights, creating a connection that feels genuine because it's based on her real interests and emotions. The AI-generated images are nearly perfect. Brad Pitt in casual clothes, looking directly at the camera with those famous eyes. The technology has advanced to the point where even experts might struggle to distinguish these fakes from real photos. But it's not just about the images. The scammers are psychological masters, understanding exactly how to build trust and manipulate emotions. Months pass, and the relationship intensifies. Brad tells Anne about his troubles with his ex-wife, his challenges with the media, his desire for privacy. He makes her feel like his confidant, the one person who truly understands him. The conversations shift from friendship to romance. He tells her she's beautiful, that she understands him in ways no one else can. Anne finds herself withdrawing from her real-world relationships. Why engage with her distant husband when she has Brad Pitt telling her she's the love of his life? She makes a decision that will haunt her. She files for divorce, telling her husband that she's found someone else. Just as their relationship reaches its peak, crisis strikes. Brad messages her in apparent distress. He's been diagnosed with a serious kidney condition and needs immediate surgery. But there's a problem. His assets are tied up in legal battles with his ex-wife, and his medical insurance won't cover the experimental treatment he needs. The messages come with AI-generated images that look devastatingly real. Brad Pitt in a hospital bed, looking pale and frightened. Video messages that appear to show him speaking directly to her, his voice slightly altered but convincingly desperate. "Anne, I need your help. You're the only person I trust." She doesn't hesitate. This is the man she loves, and he needs her. She begins transferring money, first small amounts, then larger ones. Each transfer comes with promises of repayment, detailed medical reports, and more intimate messages expressing his gratitude and love. The requests escalate. Additional complications, experimental treatments, travel expenses for specialist doctors. Each crisis seems urgent, life-threatening. The scammers play on her deepest fears, losing the man she loves, being responsible for his death by not helping enough. Over months, Anne transfers $830,000, approximately $850,000. It's not just her savings, it's her life's work, her retirement fund, the proceeds from selling properties. Everything she's built over decades flows into accounts controlled by criminals halfway around the world. Her family grows concerned. Friends ask questions. Where is all her money going? Why is she so secretive? But Anne can't tell them the truth. They wouldn't understand. Her world shrinks to just her phone screen and the messages from Brad Pitt that make everything else fade away. The fantasy ends with brutal suddenness. Anne is scrolling through entertainment news when she sees photos of Brad Pitt with his current girlfriend, Inez de Ramon. They're clearly together, clearly happy. The photos are recent, taken while Brad Pitt was supposedly in the hospital, fighting for his life. The realization hits like a physical blow. Every message, every photo, every declaration of love, all of it fake. The man she thought was Brad Pitt, the relationship she thought was real, all illusions created by criminals who saw her as nothing more than a target. She tries to contact Brad one more time, but the accounts have vanished. The phone numbers are disconnected. Her messages disappear into the digital void, leaving her alone with the crushing weight of her loss. Desperate for justice, Anne decides to go public. She appears on French television's TF1 channel, face hidden, and tells the world about her devastating experience. Instead of sympathy, she becomes the subject of worldwide mockery. Social media explodes with cruel jokes about her gullibility. The cyberbullying becomes so intense that the television channel pulls the interview, but it's too late. The story has gone viral. Anne finds herself the subject of global ridicule, rather than being recognized as the victim of a sophisticated criminal enterprise. What happened to Anne represents the dark evolution of romance scamming. Traditional catfishing relied on stolen photos and fake profiles, but this new generation employs artificial intelligence to create content that's nearly indistinguishable from reality. The DeepFake images weren't just stolen publicity photos. They were AI-generated content created specifically for the scam. Romance scams cost victims worldwide over $1.3 billion annually, and the numbers are rising as technology improves. The scams exploit fundamental human needs: connection, love, validation. In an increasingly digital world where genuine connection feels rare, the promise of understanding becomes a powerful lure. Today, Anne faces not just financial ruin, but complete social reconstruction. She must rebuild her life from nothing. No marriage, no savings, no privacy, no dignity. The psychological trauma extends far beyond the money. Trust in others, in technology, in her own judgment, has been shattered. The criminals behind Anne's scam likely operated from countries with limited law enforcement cooperation, making prosecution nearly impossible. They used sophisticated money laundering techniques, making recovery unlikely. Most importantly, they understood their victim better than she understood herself. As AI technology continues to evolve, Anne's story won't remain unique. It will become prophetic. The technology will become cheaper, more accessible, and more convincing. The next victim could be anyone. The next deepfake could feature any celebrity with sufficient photos available online. Anne's $850,000 loss and public humiliation stand as both warning and tragedy. A reminder that in our rush to embrace new technology, we must protect the humans who will live with its consequences. In a world where seeing is no longer believing, her story serves as a crucial wake-up call. What do you think about this case? Could you have fallen for such an elaborate scam? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss our latest true crime stories. Your engagement helps us bring you more shocking stories like Anne's.